why do you feel like that finish didn't come? Was it something that she was doing that surprised you? Was it something you feel like you could have done better? Why did it not come?
No, I think it was something that I could have done better for sure. It was just there were some moments in the fight that I was just kind of split between if I do more damage or if I look for the submission. And so you get in the moment and you just want to think like, should I stay more in this type of position so I can hit her more, or should I, keep attacking the submission and, like the rear naked choke. If I would have got maybe 15 seconds earlier, I think I would have got it because it was pretty deep. And but little details, things that I can definitely fix.
Yeah, you said you feel like you're the champion now after that one, really truly. Do you feel like, though, that you still have to beat Weili in order to kind of get that sort of respect from everybody?
No. I mean, I felt like the champion before when I won the belt, but I just think I solidified myself even more as the champ for the fans, that they would say that. But I don't think I need to win Weili to be a champ. I mean, people retire. Not that I'm not saying that that's what she's going to do, but I mean, the more defenses I can get at this, whoever comes next, I think I proved that I was a champ. I mean, Gillian was 5-fight win streak, so Vina was a 5-fight win streak. I just became 4-fight win streak, so it's like, I mean, I don't know how much more I need to do to prove that.
Yeah. Do you hope that Weili is the one that is next for you, given the landscape right now, or do you think there are other options out there for you as well?
No, I mean, I don't hope for anybody, you know what I mean? Whoever the UFC gives to me, I'll be ready.
Did you get to talk to Gillian at all at the end of the fight? Obviously, given everything leading up to it, you described as high school leading into this fight. So post-fight, did you guys get to clear the air at all or anything?
No, not really. I mean, she seemed nice, but I mean, when you lose, everyone is a little bit nicer, I guess. And then Moa was there, obviously. So I mean, she was nice with Moa, and Moa. It's hard to not, want to shake a little kid's hand, So inside of me, I was like, oh, I don't know if I really want to talk to her or not. But of course, this is what we do, and it's sportsmanship. And I mean, it kind of gave a little bit of good drama at the end, and just helped promote the fight of her and the submissions and grappling, and for people to watch and kind of, want to see the fight. So it was good. I mean, we shook hands, but we didn't really talk.
Well, to kind of go off of that, all your fights leading up to this have been very respectful. This is kind of the first time we've seen you in this environment where an opponent is trying to antagonize you. Did it bother you? Did you like it, or just did it play any factor at all?
It bothered me. It bothered me for sure. But I think, my coach, he tells me, like, oh, she's waking up the lion, and just because I did go in there, I tried to, like, smack her a couple times, like, with my hand. I really wanted to submit her. But it bothered me the most just because, she was talking about my grappling, and that's, like, my strongest point. That's, everything I built all these years in jiu-jitsu. So for someone to say that she has better grappling than me, that's kind of like, my mind. But being the champion and just kind of seeing the future generation and the upcoming girls coming up, I'm like slowly preparing myself because that's part of the game, and I think they're all going to be calling me out, and they're all going to be, you have to have confidence if you're fighting for the belt. So at the same time that I got bothered, but more because she's a grappler and talking about my grappling, I still thought that I was able to get into the vibe just because I know it's a title fight and people want to see the drama.
Nah, just last one for me. I know you don't pick your opponents, but when would you like to fight again? Because the last time we saw you was obviously October to now, a bit of a layoff. But do you want to get it back in there quickly and be a competitive champion?
I would like to fight like probably March. So like maybe in 6 months, if I can get maybe 2 fights a year, that would be good. But after I won the belt, there was just, my life changed completely. There was all these obligations. There was just so many things I had to do. Now that I'm kind of defending it, I'm kind of getting in the rhythm of it, being a champion. My plan is just to get back to training and, media tour and do all these things that we have to do, but get back to training. So if the opportunity does come up, we'll be ready to take a fight, anytime, for sure. And also, I know Dana's been talking about like a big event. You know, I wasn't at the Sphere. We weren't able to make it on the White House. So I don't know when this next big event, if it does happen, but I would like to get on that one.
Has he told you anything?
Nope.
Mackenzie, you've talked in the past about your desire to, want to continue to finish these fights, but it gets harder and harder the more tape there is on you, the more fight time, and just like all these things at the highest level to these fights. Do you know the things you have to do, like maybe in the next one to, maybe take advantage of different situations?
100%. I mean, we were just in the locker room right now going over what the positions I could have done better, the things I was missing, what we did right, what we will work on for the next one. So, I mean, me and my team, we're on top of that, and we're just constantly trying to get better. And I definitely think that I could have finished this fight for sure. It wasn't anything. It wasn't a big mistake. It was a little details, but there are things that I'm gonna definitely change for sure.
Yeah, there was that one round. I think you had her back for like 4 minutes in or something, or with like 4 minutes left. Was she just, being extremely defensive? Do you feel you could have been more aggressive? What do you think of that sequence?
I mean, I think if we're thinking about the right one, like I had her back, but my back was on the floor. I mean, I just felt it was a little bit like sticky, She just kept kind of grabbing my hands, and I would like try to hit. I smacked her a couple times, trying to get my hand in to get the choke. Just a little sticky situation, I guess you could say, And I mean, obviously she has a lot of submissions. She's not someone who doesn't know what she's doing, but yeah, I definitely could have finished that fight, and I missed a couple opportunities.
Yeah, and in the fifth round, the only round she was given on the scorecards, was that just a case of like she kind of got top position and you knew you had the fight won and just like, don't let anything crazy happen here and this is mine?
No, I mean, I'm not someone who's like, I already got this, and I wanted to win every single round, but honestly, my legs were getting tired.
Mackenzie over here. A lot was said pre-fight. The grappler versus grappler debate. How would you rate her grappling?
I mean, I didn't really get to feel her grappling too much. Her on top, she didn't really try to pass my guard or anything. She kind of was going more for the ground and pound, I guess. And then just passing her guard or mount, and I wasn't able to feel her grappling too much. I felt like it wasn't world champion, black belt, ADCC champion level.
Kind of piggybacking off of that, you secured a Kimura at one point, but then let it go to elbow her leg. Did she have you in a calf slicer? Talk us through that.
No, she didn't have any. She didn't have any type of submission or anything on me or any danger. I didn't feel danger at all in the fight. I just felt, yeah. I mean, I wanted to get her legs tired. I wanted to just kind of work different areas. I just wanted to try and beat her up, a little bit all over.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mackenzie up front, or middle, I guess. Near the end of the first round, you had that sequence where you were kind of looking for the choke there. Didn't quite have enough time. Do you feel like if you had like maybe another minute or so, you might have been able to do things to kind of make that situation work, or was that a position that was possibly a little stalled out?
No, definitely. If I would have had probably like 15 seconds more, I think she would have or gone to sleep or tapped.
And obviously the submission record was kind of a big thing about this. You didn't get it here. Do you really want to get that record ultimately? Is that something that actually means something to you, or could it just be take it or leave it?
Definitely. I mean, since I went into the UFC and people have been talking about my submissions and my grappling, I've always wanted to be getting, breaking records. Gillian was a big person talking about like how I didn't know who she was. She was the record holder, but I didn't even know who the record holder was. Honestly, I knew that Charlize DuBronx had the most submissions. So I mean, I wasn't even looking at like this level. I was looking like out of all the UFC, I want to have the most record. You know what I mean? I was just thinking big time, like focus on Mackenzie and get these wins. And honestly, I didn't know who had the submission record for the women's. So that's definitely something that I would like to try to get. But just because I want to be someone I mean, I don't want to go through all of this, beat up my face, my time away from my daughter, camps, and then when I stop fighting, you're just forgotten. You know what I mean? I want to try to get to Hall of Fame and just accomplish things and make a difference, inspire people, and try to be, hopefully try to be a legend.
And the last thing, actually, you mentioned your daughter. During, I want to say the third or fourth round, you were grappling closer to the side of the cage where she was, and I could hear her at least shouting instructions. And obviously, we hear a lot of fans, or not fans, teammates and things like that shouting instructions. We don't usually hear the children of the fighters shouting them. Like, what was she saying? Can you hear her in that moment?
Oh yeah, I can hear her. I mean, before the fight, she's like, I saw her in the hotel room before we left. She went with one of my best friends, and she told me, she's like, "Mom, do this hook and then the right, and then you're gonna kick her, okay?" And then I'm like, "Okay, I'll do that." So I mean, she goes to my training. She corners. She brings in the water. I was hearing her the whole time. She's telling me to kick her in the head, punch her, and she gets involved. And I can hear her. This was the first time I actually talked to her before the fight. Tate was, I think it was Tate, was passing the Vaseline on me, and I'm hearing like, "Mom, Mom, Mom, Mom," and I never talked to her before the fight because I don't want to get like soft. But I'm like, okay, I got to do it. And it's crazy just that my first fight when she was born, she was 4 months old, and for her to be 7 years old now, and her to be so involved, and she just kind of grew up with the UFC family, and she's so used to it. And it's like the second time she's with me when we raise our arm together, and for her to be able to experience that. But yeah, I can hear her the whole time, and it's like she's fighting in there with me.
Can you ever see an instance, or maybe sometime in the future, where you're fighting and she's one of your cornermen?
I mean, we actually talked about this at playing around. How old do you think you have to be a corner? I mean, if it's something like 10 years old or 8 years old, definitely I think I can put her in there. But she would have to learn how to be a little bit, quieter. She's got to let that work be for my dad and Perillo, But yeah, definitely I would love to have her in the corner. But I don't know if I'll be fighting that long if it's like 16.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right here. So obviously years chasing the championship. You finally get it. First title defense successful. So all those boxes are checked off now. Did tonight feel like emotionally different than when you actually won the belt the first time?
Yeah, I mean, it was a night of like excitement and happiness. It wasn't like a night of relief, and I think the relief that I got when I won the belt, that was crying and emotion, and this one was just excitement and like happiness, because we defended it, and I mean, I think there's a happiness because I felt like I was able to get better at a lot of things, especially because I won the belt getting taken down a lot. And I was able to take her down, and she's a grappler, and, another girl that's on a win streak. So definitely happy with the performance, but it's a different emotion. And I know a lot of people are going to be studying me even more, but I think we were able to bring some more like dangerous, like, aspects to my game that whoever's going to fight me next, they're going to be like, okay, Mackenzie actually does have some good wrestling. Okay, Mackenzie is getting better. Okay, look at, and not just a grappler. So, I mean, we're definitely happy with the performance, but it is different.
Yeah. And last one for me. You were talking about, being a champion, the obligations, obviously the media stuff and everything, time away from your family, the training, having to even fit in training in between the actual other obligations. Did at any point, did it feel overwhelming for you at all?
I mean, not overwhelming, no. But I mean, there was getting to a certain point where I was like, we got to say no. Like, we can't keep doing this. Like, not that keep doing this, but just like we can't keep traveling. We got to be training, And it's just, it's so good. It's so much fun, and it's like it's good because it's not. I mean, it's not just fun for me. We're doing like, cool stuff. We're doing, tons of stuff. We're doing fundraisers. We're doing charity stuff that you want to keep doing, but it's just technically impossible to do all of that and maintain your training at the level that that you have to keep it to defend your belt with whoever's coming at you, and they're hungry and they're training so hard. So I mean, I could say it wasn't overwhelming, but it came to a point where it was like, okay, we got to slow down. What's our priority? Our priority is to keep the belt as long as possible and to have good performances and keep getting better. So now that we kind of got that out of the way, and I think I'm starting to understand how to be a champion and the obligations that come from it, I think people are going to see a very long reign as a champion. Thank you.
Mackenzie back here.
Mm-hmm.
One question from me. If you get a couple more title defenses, could we see you potentially move up to 125, chase a second belt versus Valentina, perhaps?
I don't think so. Not for like a long time because one of my best friends, Natalia Silva, will be the future champion of 125. So, I mean, one of our goals was for me and her both to be champions at the same time. So yeah, I hope she has a great reign at 125 and me have a great reign at 115. And yeah, just enjoy that. I mean, we'll see in the future if she goes up or something like that, but I have no plans for that. I just want to enjoy both of us being champions. Thank you.
I was just going to say, Natalia was ringside and she did not stop screaming advice to you the entire fight. Curious what it means to have her support in that manner.
Oh, it's so amazing, you know, especially like just her being, you know, a fellow UFC fighter and chasing her dream too. I mean, we've been friends since before either of us were fighting for the title. So to be, you know, she came from Brazil to be here to support me, and she knows Moa since she's little too. It's so great, and it's good to be able to have good people with good hearts in your corner. Thank you.